Achoo. Oh fuck, forgot my coffee. Alright, real quick topic. Gregor and Floyd. Now I saw this we talked about it before. I hope it's a real fight. I hope to God it's not a publicity stunt to get Floyd his 50-0 Marciano record, beat the Marciano, and to get McGregor his own sporting establishment like that he now has, and get him where he needs to be. So hopefully it's not that. I hope it's a real fight. I hope McGregor's doing what I think he's doing, and the whole thing is trying to try to put an end to the fight game. Not an end to it, but open up a whole new fight game, which is a fighter should be able, if he's a fighter, he should be able to step in the ring and fight anybody at their game, except obviously not sumo or some shit, because you need to be the right thing for that. But if you hold the right weight, hold the right skill, you should be able to fight anybody at their own game. That's what mixed martial art is all about. You practice boxing for a boxer, you practice jiu-jitsu for a jiu-jitsu guy, you practice kempo for a kempo guy. You practice all mixed martial arts to prepare yourself so when you meet a person, you can prepare yourself for that person. That's what it's all about. So, Connors thinks he can do that, and I think he can too. I don't know if I think he can, which I do, but I think it can be done. I think there are people out there that are good enough where they can go from one to another, and that bullshit about, oh, he might throw a kick. He's a grown-ass man. He has a fucking contract that says if he throws a kick, he's going to get sued for fucking 15. He's not going to throw no kicks and shit, you know? That's bullshit. I work at UPS every day. I carry packages. I handle packages. If they ask me to do something different that day, I do it different. I don't go, oh, I'm stuck in the routine. That's bullshit. It's garbage. But I think how he's going to do it is going to be what will change the game. I hope he brings things that just change the game, like feints. Boxers do it. Boxers do the feints and the juke and stuff, but not like MMA guys. It's a whole different game. Bruce Lee did not discovered all that shit, but he basically designed all that shit, the feints, the flaws, all the shit to get you tricked. Especially if Floyd's looking at his feet and worried about his elbows and worried about all that shit. There's an opening. But there's different things that Floyd can do. Like, there's this thing that boxers do, where they do this thing, and they reach out like that, and they touch. MMA guys are now starting to do it. You see them touch. I always wonder why they know they're going to touch here. Why they never jab that fucking arm. So when the guy's thing's out, here. You know what I'm saying? There's so many things you can do in boxing that MMA guys wouldn't fall for. Because the boxers always keep their arms up. They throw that jab. If you hook that fucking elbow, that arm's no longer no good. But boxers don't do that because it's not a sportsmanship. Fuck sportsmanship. I'm in here to fucking fight. There's no rules in boxing that says, but they go by a code of conduct. A real man wouldn't do that. Or fuck that. If I want to fucking fake a throw and throw jab with a back fist, something like that, it's what MMA guys do. So I hope he does. I hope he takes to it. I hope he opens up a whole new rule book on this motherfucker's ass. Not just on his ass, but on the game. To change this game. Because just like we said with Jiu-Jitsu took over MMA, and now it's boring as shit. These guys roll around and fucking play dominoes with each other. And, oh, you gotta do that, I gotta do this. And it's boring as shit. Because it's not real fighting. So yeah, I really hope he does what I know can be done, but I hope he can do it. I think he can. Even if he doesn't beat him, he's already beat him. He's stepping into another man's sport to face the best there is. There's no one else that would do that. No one would step out of football to face McGregor. No one would step out. So, motherfucker's already won, So, but yeah, people are talking about height. People are talking about all this bullshit. None of that shit matters when it comes to heart. When you get someone like McGregor who has heart, motherfucker, he has enough heart to beat most people's fucking skills. So that's where that comes in. That's what Rocky was all about. Apollo was a way better fighter than Rocky. Apollo taught everything Rocky knew. Rocky didn't know shit. Apollo taught him everything, and it was Rocky's heart that beat fucking Apollo. Actually, he doesn't beat him in the first one, does he? It's the second one he beats him, yeah. So he doesn't even beat him in the first one. He has to come back, and learn his game. And that's another fucking trick Mayweather does. Rocky didn't do it on purpose to Apollo, but Mayweather does it. Mayweather tries to, I won't fight him, I won't fight him, I won't fight him, and then 5 years down the road he fights him after the motherfucker's taking 500 headshots. You know? So fucking, he's a scam artist. And I hope McGregor's doing the same thing to him. Because Mayweather's been doing a lot of the stuttering and a lot lately. To the cameras and all that, losing his speech. He hasn't been as talkative because he can't with McGregor. But yeah, I hope the same thing's happening to him now. All the shit that happened when Tyson got back at what's his name for Ali. What's it, Frazier? Got back at Frazier for Ali. It happens all the time in boxing, and it might happen to Mayweather this time. Mayweather's at that age where he might think he is what he was, but he's dealing with a guy who is that. So it's gonna be real fun to see. I really hope it is a real fight. It's not a gimmick or a plea or a ploy. We'll know within the first couple rounds, because McGregor has enough power to stun him, and Mayweather has enough skill to make him look foolish. So we'll see within the opening rounds if it's a real fight or not. Because let's see. Mayweather has enough to fuck him up to the point where he could knock McGregor out, because once you get hit, it doesn't have to be a powerful hit. Once you get hit 100 times in your days, you can be the lightest hit in the world. Fatigued and shit, it doesn't take much once you get fatigued. So we'll see. I really think McGregor can change the game, and I hope he does, because it isn't good for boxing. It isn't good for MMA, but it is in the long run, because we're losing the sport, and losing the sport to bullshit, everything you do is luck. Whether it's football, boxing, it's luck. For if the guy across the ring from you knows just as much as you do, then it's who fucks up first. That's luck. If the guy from you knows every trick you know, every rule in the book you know, it's all luck. Who gets it first? And if you watch Aldo and McGregor, you can say McGregor fucking knocked him out, fastest knockout, anything. Aldo threw the same exact punch. And after McGregor tapped him, Aldo tapped McGregor right after, too, with that same exact punch. So it's hard to say if McGregor missed and Aldo tapped him, would McGregor knock the fuck out? Because they threw the same exact punch at the same exact time. McGregor just hit first. And you can go back, rewind, look at that fight, and it's true. Because not only does Aldo throw the same punch, he hits him with it after. After McGregor taps him and knocks him out, Aldo does hit McGregor in the face. So, luck. It's all fucking luck. Peace.